What's up, y'all, and welcome to Real Talk UK, the place where we get real. Anyway, today I got a special guest with me, my best friend, my good Judy. Nate, what's up, bitch?
Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you again. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be real. And yo, I ain't holding back. You ready?
I'm always
Good.
ready.
Let's
If you
do
stay
this.
ready, you don't have to get
Let's
ready.
do this then.
Definitely. So let me give you a brief overview of our scene. We're just sitting down having a cup of tea, as British people do. You know how you doing, with some bicky, and we're gonna get into it. So today's topic that someone sent into my inbox
Okay.
is how long do you wait to have sex after a breakup?
Ooh, good topic. Oh,
Yeah,
got
let's.
so many thoughts going through my head.
I know you would like that
Which
one.
which one do I pick? Ooh, this
Let's
is
just get it.
juicy.
Oh, let me sip some more tea.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So let's get into it. So I'll let you start off first. How long do you wait to have sex after a breakup?
It depends. It totally depends. Say, for instance, if I had a good breakup and we ended on really, really mutual grounds, I'd be like, yo, I can have sex with her the next day. Now then, if I had a breakup with a
Wait a minute.
bitch,
Wait. You said you just say have sex the next day.
well, we ended on mutual grounds. I don't see why not. I'm a free man.
True.
Mm.
True. Continue.
However, if we ended on bad terms
Mm-hmm.
and I like to get even and you serve revenge when it's cold, I will have sex in the next hour and I'll send you a little clip just to say, well, go on.
Wow. Don't fuck with you then, innit?
No, bitch, I'm old. I'm old.
Wow.
I'm
But I think
old.
it's different. Like, for me, it's different. Like, I gotta look at the both pictures of it. For a guy, I think for a guy, it's more like a breakup. I got needs. I'm gonna swing that dick. Just gonna
Mm.
swing the sausage everywhere. But put a condom on it, people. Always safe sex first. But for a girl, I think it's more different for a
Well,
girl.
girls are emotionally invested, shall we say, if I'm going to be political for some of our watchers and viewers.
Speak.
However, there are some guys who are emotionally attached, but how they hide it and how they disguise it is very interesting.
True. I know. Like, I'll give you my answer on it. Like, if it's a weird topic. It's a really weird topic, but it's a good one. Shout out to the person that sent me this. Thank you very much. For me is as you said, if you've been in a relationship and it's a good one, then you most likely will go and have sex right away. As in, for myself, I will wait a little
What?
bit.
Why would you wait?
The reason why I will wait a little bit is the fact that I've always like been in a long term relationship, like 5 years,
Okay then.
6 years, 7 years.
But that's different then.
I'm
Would you say
old
that's different?
shit. If I say 7 years, that means I'm old, bitch. But but for me, it's like the reason why I say it would take me a long time to have sex with someone else after a breakup was I'll give you a clip it of my last relationship was 2.5 years. And my first relationship was when I was 17.
Mm.
And this person was a dinosaur, older than me. And I remember just after that I've been with that person when I was 17 and we broke up in about we're in a relationship for like 4.5 years.
Okay.
We broke up and then I went to another relationship for 2 years
So what, you
and
didn't
then
have
broke up.
no
I have
break?
no
And did you
break.
sleep with anyone in the meantime of that?
No.
And how long was you single for in this period of time? Just so we all have clarity.
I will be single for at least, if we're gonna be real, I'm a hopeless romantic. I will be single for at least a month, but I wouldn't have no sex with no one, and then I'll go on dates, and I wouldn't sleep with no one, and then I'll be in a relationship with them if it goes well. And I never took the time for myself. When my last relationship ends with a lovely person, we're now really good friends. I take a year and a half for myself. Within that year and a half for myself, 6 months I didn't have sex.
That's a long time.
And the reason why I didn't have sex is because I was so emotionally hurt by it. And as you said, some girls are emotionally invested and some guys are emotionally invested. And I'm a type of person that I don't hold my feelings back. If I have something to say, if I feel it's on my face, that's how it's going to be. And I just feel like, I'm going to keep myself to myself for a little bit because I didn't want to have sex. But out of nowhere, I went and I had sex and it was good. It was good.
Given the period of time that you waited for, I would expect that the shop was closed and had to be forced open.
It was more.
Sorry,
oh my
God. I had to throw that one in there.
It was more than forced open, I'm telling you. Ooh, that truck went straight through. But I think it depends on the person. It depends on how long the relationship is. So my answer to that is it's the time frame.
It's subjective, is what you're saying. Yeah, because everyone's different. Everyone where they are mentally, emotionally, psychologically, like all these factors are variables that we have to consider. Because I know for me personally, where if I've broken up with you, I'm done. Like I'm done. I'm over.
Preach.
Like
that's me.
Like I switch off. I think as the years go by, you learn to build up a backbone. And you get an attitude where this is about me. I'm done. Like, I don't have any ties to you. I don't owe you nothing. You don't pay my bills or nothing like that. So I shouldn't have to feel out of fear that I can't do a thing with somebody else in case you get hurt because we're already hurt because we're over. Which means I'm a free man. I can do whatever the hell I want. If I choose to do it that very same day or years later, that's my choice. But ain't nobody telling me that nope, you can't do X, Y, Z because you know the time frame. And the reason why I say that is because I heard him as saying once. For those who are a Sex and the City fan, shout out, yo, best program ever. Recommend it. You'll learn so much. And Charlotte was saying, it takes depending on how long you've dated the person will determine how long it takes you to get over them. Say, for instance, she said, if you date a person for a year, give it 50%. So in 6 months, you should be over that individual, ready to move on. What do you feel about this?
No. I'm not. Don't agree with that. But before I go into that, which one in Sex and the City you are? Because I'm SJP.
Who am I?
I'm SJP every day.
I want to say I used to be a Samantha, but as I'm now older,
I love this Samantha. She's
I'm now older,
freak, isn't she? She's a dick.
I think I'm Miranda now. The lawyer, the hard one, the tough one that wants love, that wants to settle down. But I shouldn't have to settle. I shouldn't have to compromise to a point where I lose myself and I don't know who I am anymore. I shouldn't have to, you know what I mean, gain something that's not really up there. Say, for instance, I understand that, and I've met some amazing people who were unemployed for whatever reason, and I don't think money should be a factor in this equation at all. No, money is not a factor. For me, it's you as a person. And if you're going to come to me with all your bullshit, expect me to give it back because I'm not going to tolerate it. And I think as the years have gone by, you just develop this whole new resilience concept where
you don't give a shit, really.
I don't care no more. And that's what she portrays. She's very successful. She is very successful. She knows what she wants and she's going for it. I'm very successful. I know what I want. I'm going for it. And I shouldn't have to settle. However, I have learned after all these years, and I will admit it, that I have learned.
Because I know you very well.
I know. And I'm going to say it. I have learned that you have to compromise. There has to be compromise.
Because you are stubborn as a mule.
I am not that stubborn. I have high expectations. There's a big difference. And people seem to get this confusion. Stubbornness and high expectations are two different things. I may have high expectations. However, I believe I'm a humble person.
You are humble. I would say that you are humble. But sometimes with you is like, if this don't go right, I'm done. You used to be like that, like if this don't go right,
And
I'm
and there's
done.
nothing
But
wrong with
now,
that.
but now you have changed where you're like, this don't go right, let me fix it. Before you don't fix things, you just walk away from it,
Of
when it comes to
course.
relationship. But now
You're young.
you
You're in your 20s, and then you
exactly.
do that in your mid 20s, and then when you get to our age, early 30s, yeah, you have a different outlook on
You
life.
are
And
30. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not 30-year old. You don't need to know my age.
talk the truth and shame the devil. Yeah. Talk the truth. No, where you're going.
Okay, I'm in my
No.
early 30s, but I don't look it. Never come from nice
But
genes, good
but
background. But let
but
me answer
no.
your question.
Go on then.
Your question, yeah, answer your question. You said about how long you've been with that person. Say you've been with that person for a year. Within 6 months, you'll get over that person.
Yes, and then ready to date somebody else. So you take that 6 month period, is what Charlotte was saying,
Mm-hmm.
in order to find yourself, go through a healing process, and then it prepares you ready for the next individual that you encounter to date and sleep with, etc.
Because for me, it was my last relationship. It took me a year and a half,
Wow. And how long was you with that person for?
2.5 years.
So in theory, then you potentially fulfilled what Charlotte was stating in that episode.
It took me a year and a half, and the reason why it took me a year and a half was the fact that I wasn't in love with them no more.
Okay.
I once the thing with me, once we break up, we break up. Love gone, everything gone, shut off completely, done, shop closed.
But a lot of people can't do that. They struggle because they hold on to it, which prevents them from moving forward in life, which then puts them in a situation that's very compromising. Say, for instance, and I'm not embarrassed to say that that's called. I remember I was in love with somebody and it went totally wrong and it went pear shaped, and I was so hurt, I was so upset, blah 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 blah, that I ended up with Tom, Dick, and Harry because I didn't have a healthy way of releasing
Oh, you
whatever
feel?
I was dealing with.
Yeah, we
And
all
I
been
and I
there. I've
done it
been
and I
there.
done it in such a way whereby, to answer, going back to the question, that was the very same evening, and then the evening after that with somebody different, and then the next evening with somebody even different. And this went on for
I've done
weeks.
that.
And this, no, but this is real though. Like,
Mm-hmm.
say,
I've done
I
that.
didn't know how to deal with my emotions, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get back at you. And some people say that that is immature. True, I accept that. However, when you're in that situation,
And if you're young,
yes,
because I remember
yes,
I've done
like,
that once where my first
yes.
relationship when I was 17, and after that relationship ended, I went to another one, went to another one, into another one. It's the same thing
Hmm.
because I didn't give my time to heal. I didn't give my time to reflect. So it's like, you know what, this one is there. Instead of me trying to face my hurt and my pain, I'm going to another one and forget about that pain. And then you go into another one and you forget about that pain. So by the end of it, you have so many pain and so many stuff that accumulate together because you haven't taken that time to breathe. Then you just crash.
You see, I done the exact opposite. I didn't get into a relationship. I thought, nah, I'm done. When I want to see you, I will see you. But this is no strings attached as far as I'm concerned. Because it just prevents that situation happening. Because when you're young, you're naive, you're not really experienced. And
Mm-hmm.
if we're being frank, we didn't have many good role models back then that would teach us that, look, you are gonna get hurt, you are gonna, this could happen to you,
Mm-hmm.
etc. But this is how you deal and handle with the situation, and you don't need to go and shag around and paint the town red with on your penis, etc., in order to feel complete and satisfied.
And that's what we need in today's society because if I could take any young people under my wings and young people, acting as if I'm very old. But yeah, for me it's like I know a few people, like young boys, and even this day and age, these young boys nowadays, they and young girls, they are having sex too early. They're doing so much. Some of them are selling their bodies because they haven't have that person to say, yo, you don't have to do that.
No, it's now become
It's
a norm.
normal. It's normal
It's now
now.
become socially acceptable. However, we are going to clarify for the record that we're not encouraging sexing at all.
No, not at all.
We're
Nope.
we are not encouraging underage sex. That we are not promoting. What we are promoting is going the right way about it, providing you are of age according to the law, because
Mm-hmm.
legislation is important. Even though, yes, we all want to enjoy ourselves, blah, 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 we also have to consider that us being young, because I know when I first had sex, I was really, really young. And the person was a similar age to me. Now, in the eyes of the law, that's serious. Even though it was consensual, it's still against the law. But there were young guys that I know that I have seen and even had difficult conversations with, that they're seeing an older person,
Much older than
a
them,
lot older. And as far as I'm concerned, that's disgraceful for the older individual, not for the young one, because they're
for
young
the older one, because
and
they
they
take
don't
the
know any better.
advantage
Exactly.
of that person.
And they become exploited. So when you go
Yep.
back to the question how long we should wait up, depending what you have experienced and what you've gone through, will determine how you see that and how you view it. Say for someone like me who comes from a very difficult background, who's had it very hard, and yes, I will share with you my testimony. We won't do it now because it's going to open up a lot of stuff.
That is for another discussion.
Lot of stuff.
Another discussion.
But
we're gonna get spiritual up in here. Hallelujah. We're gonna do it.
Yes.
One
put
point.
me through some stuff. And let's just say that I went to hell and back. As you know, I've been to hell. So for me to view this question, it just takes me a good night's sleep in a shower because of what I've been through. That I had to learn to tough up and man up. Yes, you've been hurt. So what? Life goes on. You still got your bills to pay. You still got this to do. You still got that to do. And most importantly, when you're surrounded by certain crowds of people, it's keeping up this appearance. And you don't want to show any vulnerability at all or any signs of weakness.
And that's the thing. Youths of today, and see, this topic can open so many different doors.
Of course
a big topic of worms or something. But youths of today are so afraid to show emotions.
Because don't forget how we're taught, and I will never forget this. I remember my dad telling me as a little boy, if you're at school and somebody hits you, make sure you hit them back harder. Because if you don't, I'm going to hit you. And if someone hits you and you cry, I'm coming to you because you should toughen up. Because for boys and men, there's this expectation. Some people say it's culture. Some people say it's tradition or whatever it is. But I grew up with a boy is a boy, a man is a man. You be a man.
My dad was the same. I remember once I was being bullied at school. And I remember this boy. I never forget his name. Jamal. Never forget this boy's name. And I remember he you know the latch pins? He put one on the seat and I sat on it. And I'm telling you, I went home to my dad and my dad said to me, if you ever come home another day and you tell me that someone beat you up or someone does something to you, I'm going to whoop you until the cows come home.
Yeah.
And that day I remember when Jamal pushed me over and I had enough. And
Yeah, exactly.
I did hit him back. However, don't promote fighting.
We're not promoting violence.
Go to your teacher, talk about somebody about it. Don't fight.
We are not
none of those things.
We are not promoting violence. However, what we are promoting is stand up for yourself.
Yep.
You're not a pushover. You're a strong, independent man or woman.
But going back to the topic of how long should you wait to have sex?
But given what you just said, you hit the nail on the head now. Because some of us was brought up with that mentality, where a man is a man. If you've broken up with somebody and you can brush it off, you can easily do that the following day or even the same day. Because you've been conditioned, so-called to speak, that I have to be tough, I have to be strong. Yeah, I'm done. Get on with life.
True.
Whereas now, for instance, I know some men who, unfortunately, their fathers were not around and they grew up with their mum only.
Yeah.
And they become so sensitive that, and once again, I'm not stereotyping, I'm just using a real life example to illustrate my point, that he was so invested in his emotions that he had an actual breakdown, full on depression, full on suicidal, full on self-harming. He turned to drugs, turned to the drink, and ended up sleeping around because he was so caught up in what was going on inside that he didn't know what to do. So what do we do with these individuals? Let me open up a can of worms.
Bitch. Wow. That is hard. I've
But this is
never.
real.
It's real. I've never in my life of being 32 now. I never in my life have I ever experienced anyone that go through that closely with me. Um, I just think that you need to heal, and you need to heal yourself.
How does a person heal
A
themselves?
person heal
Because
themselves by surrounding themselves. You see, the thing is, and it all goes back to where you start before when you said the company that you choose. My grandma always say to me, it's a Jamaican thing. Show me a company, we'll tell you who you are.
Yes, yes, I grew up with that saying.
My grandma always said that to me.
Yes.
Show me a company, we'll tell you who you are. If you have a friend, and going back to me and you, we've been friends for so long, and whenever I'm going through something, I know I can always call on you, and you always advise me the right way, and it's vice versa. But if you have a friend, and a friend is gonna say to you, "Take this, it will help you," or just go and have sex with this one, or go and have sex with that one, go and have sex with this one, chop that friend off.
But then, but okay, but
Chop that friend off, and
wait,
the reason there's a reason.
You gotta be careful though, because don't forget, to them, they're already hurting. They're already in a certain mental state. To them, that's the only person I can rely or depend on, because there's a big picture. And if they were just to cut them off like that, who do they have? They have nobody. So where do they turn to?
You must always have a group of friends that have individual purpose in your life.
Of course.
Like, for instance, I have you, who is the turn up king. You turn up and you always give me good advice. I have my friend Vincia, who was just like, can't do that. You can't do this. She break down things.
Yeah.
She break it down to a point where it's break down so well that you realize, shit, she has to tell the truth. I have Chantel, who will be like, just have fun.
There's always that one friend.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then I have my mom, who I love dearly, who will say to me, stop and think. Sometimes you just need to stop and think. Write down what as that relationship that you have been in, the good thing that was in there for you, and write down the bad thing. And if the bad outweigh the good, then you know what you need to do next in order to heal yourself. If the good outweigh the bad, then you take time for yourself. But she always say to me, take time. Because when I break up in my last relationship, and I went to my mom, and I was saying to my mom, I'm sick and fed up. I'm effing this and effing that, and I can't do it anymore. I'm sick. I'm done. And one thing she said to me was, she's like, go and have fun, man. Swing it everywhere. Do what you want to do. And I was like, huh? And she's like, no, don't take that advice. She said, don't take that advice.
Shout out to Ashana's mom.
Yeah.
Great advice.
She said, don't take that advice. She said to me, how long has it been since you've been single? And how long has it been since you stop and breathe and take time for yourself? Put yourself first. Put your emotion first. So people who you feel like, if you don't have a plethora of friends, if you don't have people around you, surround yourself with people who can help you, sometimes you got to do it the hard way in sitting down and writing out shit for yourself. I've been in places where sometimes I don't want to talk to people, and I will write it down for yourself. Find something that you know within yourself that can entertain you, can help you to release that, and use it. Like for me, it's music. I write music. I write poem. That helps me.
So what we're saying then, that depending where a person is at, what advice they are given will determine how long it will take them to have sex with another individual after a breakup. Okay,
it all depends on the individual person. But now we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back.